So let's do a quick overview of the Gear VR headset. So I took the cover off. Alright, this is the cover, I took that off. And there's no phone in there, so we can just have a quick look at some of the features. So right here are the lenses. And then over here to my left, we have the connector that connects into your phone. And if you look at it right here, it's actually just your mini USB connector that connects into the bottom of your phone. So this is my S7, so it will connect into that. And obviously you would have the screen facing that way when you connect it in, because that's where the screen has to project the virtual reality image, right? Now, because normally when this is in, when the Oculus software is running, there are actually two images on the screen that are actually going to be running at the same time, two videos, to give you that virtual reality and that 3D effect. So that has a pretty big strain on your battery. So what our good friends at Oculus have done, the bottom here, they have given us an external mini USB port. So what we can do is plug our external power supply that came with the smartphone into that, and then what will happen is you will then have the phone running off the external power as opposed to the battery. So therefore you can get hours and hours of great gameplay without killing your battery. So what it will normally do, here's your power supply, here's the cable that it came with. So what you normally would do if you're charging your phone, and then this would normally go into your phone, but what you would do instead is connect it in here, like, do I have it correctly? Yeah, like that. So now you can play and have hours of gameplay while having this powered through your external power supply. Alright. But if you don't want to, you can just use your phone's battery. No extra clutter of wires. But be warned, after a little, an hour or so, a couple hours, I'm not sure how long, but your battery may get hot or it may just die. So it's good to have that other option. So what other features are on this thing? Let's see. So obviously on this side, to keep your phone in place, you have a device holder, and it can actually adjust. All right, there's some room there for it. It's a spring mechanism that can adjust. Now obviously if you can put like a Note 5 in here, and you can put the Samsung S6 series and S7 series phones, they're all different size phones. The Note 5 I know is big, so that's why you actually have that extra space, that extra play there, right? And this actually opens upwards, so it helps when you want to take the phone out. And this I always recommend holding this out like that when you put your phone in, and then close it down, and then this locks the phone in place, right? So at the top here we have our focus adjustment wheel. So when you put this thing on your head, it's a good probability the screen is going to be blurry and out of focus, because everybody's eyes are different. And speaking of people having different eyes, there was enough space in here to actually accommodate somebody who has glasses. So don't worry if you need to wear glasses while wearing this, you can. So anyway, here's where you would adjust the focus until your blurry image becomes clear. And then other features, here you have this nice padding. What's good about it too, it's Velcro connected, so you can actually take it off and wash it after a while, because it would smell kind of funky using this when you're sweating in it and whatnot and you don't wash it. So you can take it off and wash it. And here's the other side of the lenses. Here's your proximity sensor, so this actually detects when your head is wearing this thing to then activate the screen. The screens on your phone. And on this side over here we have a built-in touchpad. Right, so if you don't want to use an external gamepad, you can use this touchpad to navigate. And here's your back button, right? The familiar back button that you find on your phone. It's just a back button. And here is your volume key. It's a little rocker key. It's kind of hard to see because it's black, but if I bring it up, you see that's right there. It's your volume key, up and down. Now, speaking of volume, I'm going to demo this thing just using the external speaker of the phone, so you can hear it very, very clearly. But if you want to to play this thing with a set of earbuds or a headset to get a full immersive experience, you definitely can. All you need to do is, when you plug your phone in, and I can just put this in like that. Oh. Now, in your phone's jack, right, because this is designed for the Samsung series phones, their 3.5mm jack is right here, right? So our good friends at Oculus have given us some space here where you can actually connect your earbuds or your headphones into your phone like you normally would when you're listening to music or playing any games, and there's a space there for your plug to go in. So let me just show you. So here's my set of, worn out earbuds here, and this is the typical shape and size of a 3.5mm jack, right? And there's a lot of space in here. I can plug that in, see, and there's still space for the plug to plug in. And then, so here's the jack plugged in, and what I can do then is put the cover back on here. Alright, and as you can see, it goes on nicely, and the wire comes out neatly there, and I can then put my earbuds on like that. See, that's the side view. Right, so that's how you connect it with your earbuds or your headphones or whatever. To set up your wireless Bluetooth gamepad with your Samsung device, now you can use pretty much, I'm very sure of it, any compatible Bluetooth gamepad should work. For this demo I'm using the Moga Power Pro Android controller. What's good about this, it actually has an arm that can extend and hold like different size phones, and I'm going to use this for this demo. So with the Moga Pro, there are actually two modes you can turn this on. There's a mode A and a mode B. I find that when I turn this on in mode B and pair it in mode B, all the games that do work with gamepads, including the Oculus VR games that work with the Gear VR, they automatically detect the gamepad, and there's no other configuration that is needed. The games automatically work straight out the box. So to pair up, turn this on to mode B, and on this particular device you're going to see these blue LEDs flashing, and the power light is on orange over here. Leaving that on, I just go to my Bluetooth here and turn it on, and it's going to start scanning. So it's found the Moga Pro 2 HID. So when I see that, I just press that, and it's connected, and it's that simple. So that took me what, 10 seconds to connect? So that's it. So all I do now is plug this phone into the Gear VR, and I should automatically be able to navigate using this, or if I don't want to use that, I can just use my head motions, and I can use this little touchpad here, right? But I prefer to use this. And yeah, you don't do no other configurations needed. You just put the phone in the VR headset, and you can start navigating with this, or you can use your head, or you can use the side touch panel on the Gear VR. And in gameplay itself, if the game is compatible with a gamepad, this will automatically be detected, and you can start playing straight away. That being said, let's me now hook this up and run one of my favorite games using this gamepad. So to connect my phone to the VR head unit, make sure that the screen, well, first off, make sure you unlock the phone, because if you put it in locked, the VR unit is going to tell you to take out the phone and unlock it again. So make sure it's unlocked, and then you connect this into here. You hear that noise? It means it's connected. And then on this side, just press with my right thumb, and that clips in place like that, and it's in place, as you can see. And then I can just simply put my little cover on to make it look aesthetically pleasing. Now it looks like a true Gear VR head unit. And now we're ready to play. So here's the Moga Power Pro gamepad that I first synced up with the so here's my Moga Pro Power gamepad for Android devices, which I connected via my Bluetooth connection to the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. Now normally when using this you won't see the phone. You can actually just put this cover on it, but just for the purposes of this video I just wanted to show you how the phone is actually now normally there's a cover. Here's a cover that I would put on this to cover up the phone and make it look nice and neat. But for the purposes of this video, I just wanted to show you, how the phone is actually positioned inside the actual head unit itself. So as I said, gamepad is set up to this, connected to this via Bluetooth, and of course I have the Oculus software running on the phone, and I have it up and running. So what I'm going to do is just put this headset on. Now there's a built-in sensor that actually detects when my head is actually on this thing, and that's when the screen actually, the screen actually comes up inside this. So it looks really nice right now. So I could actually navigate using the little touchpad here on the side, right? But what I'm going to use is actually this instead, because this works pretty well. So I'm actually, unfortunately can't see what I can see, but you don't need to, because I'm just having a very good time looking at this. Wow, you can see the room behind there. They have so right now I'm in a virtual office, like an office room, and full 360-degree view. You can see the roof, the floor. It's hardwood floors, and this hardwood floor needs to be polished. And what else is in here? Anyway, so I have a huge screen in front of me right here, so I can actually pick some stuff. So I do have a game that I did download, so I just want to see if I can get access to that game. Where did I put it? My library. Let's see what's in my library. Just take a while for it to load. So, and then good thing about this is that when your actual mouse is your head, so while I'm moving there's a little icon right in front of me, which is my mouse pointer, and it's actually moving around, so I can actually select what I want to run. So Gunjack, let's run that. So I'm going to press start on this, and the game starts. Now this VR system actually does use quite a bit of battery power on this, so there is a little port on the bottom of this. It's a little mini USB port. You can actually connect your charger into this, and the game will actually run, and the phone will actually be powered through that external power source, right? So it won't drain your battery. So that's pretty cool. Wow. Okay, I'm in a spaceship there. So I can actually control this fully with my gamepad. Nice. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you pair your wireless Bluetooth gamepad to your Samsung device. And before you do that, or it doesn't matter if you do it before or after, but I showed you how you get an Oculus account online, sign up for it, enter your credit card details, and then you go to the Oculus store and you can buy all their cool games like Gunjack. And then once that's done, you simply, in order to run those games, it only works once you actually put the phone inside the actual head unit, right? The VR head unit. Once you do that, you can access all the menu items and whatnot from within inside the Gear VR itself. So this is pretty impressive. I mean, the graphics aren't like wow, super ultra 4K or anything, but they're very, very good. VR has come a long way, and if this is what we have today, in something as cheap as this Gear VR head unit, and with the amount of power that's in smartphones today, I mean, this kind of setup is very good for consumer use. You can just imagine where VR gaming is going to be 5 years from now, or even 10 years from now. It's going to be great. It's going to be crazy. Anyway, so normally what you would do is use this cover here, put it on the front, yeah, and you can then play like, it's cleaner like this. Now, as I said, the VR software that runs on the phone and the games it kind of runs the battery pretty hard, because don't forget, you're using the screen of your smartphone to run two lenses here at the back. See the two lenses here, so there's going to be two separate screens running on the phone. So there's a lot of processing going on. So that's why what the good folks at Oculus have done is given us an external mini USB port right here, and we can just plug the power supply for our phone, plug it into here, and what will happen is that the power from the external source will be used as opposed to the battery on your phone, right? And a lot of the games that are out today, like Gunjack and quite a few others, do work with an external controller. Some actually do require an external controller. So I know that Samsung does have an external gamepad that you can get Bluetooth, but if you already have a Bluetooth gamepad like I do, I have the Moga Gamepad, it should work. And it took me 2 seconds to set this up via Bluetooth to my phone, and I didn't have to configure anything else. It just automatically worked. The games automatically detected the gamepad. The default settings were great, and that's it. So guys, that's my review of the Gear VR headset, and I just showed you how you can set up an external game controller to work with it. And it doesn't have to be a Samsung game controller. It can be any cool Bluetooth game controller. And I love Moga. And as customary in pretty much all of my videos, I always have links below this video as to where you can get stuff that I show you and that I review. So there should be a link for this controller, and of course a link for the Gear VR and the Samsung phone. Now, I have mentioned that this Gear VR unit is also compatible with the Note 5 and the Samsung S6 and S6 Edge, as well as the S7 and S7 Edge phones, right? So if you guys are interested, check the links below, get all this stuff off of Amazon, and you guys have a good day and happy gaming. I'm going to go and continue playing Gunjack. You guys take it easy now. Bye bye. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Now I'm going to ask you to do two things before you leave. One, there's a button right up here on the screen to my right here. Click on that, and that will take you to our website, www.redtechbot.com. When you get on that site, there will be a button there where you can actually sign up for our newsletter. And when you do sign up for our newsletter by entering in your email address, you will automatically be entered into all of our tech giveaways. And by tech giveaways, these are some typical examples of what we will be giving away, and these are some examples. There's other stuff as well. And the good news is, you just have to enter your email address once, and it will automatically be entered into the pool every time we do a draw. And we will use that email address, of course, to contact the winner, to tell them, hey, you've won something, and it's really cool. And of course, the newsletter will have updates on tech reviews, what's coming up new, what's coming up next, new stuff in the industry, and even information on future giveaways, right? So it's a really nice newsletter that we're going to be sending out. And one other thing is, on this side on the screen here, up here on my left, you click on that and you will subscribe to the channel. Now, by subscribing, of course, you will be at the forefront of any new things that are happening, any new videos that are coming out. And what I will also be doing is I'll be doing videos where I'll be talking about what we're going to be doing as a next giveaway, right? So you want to be, subscribed, tuned in to that as well. So it's going to be a fun year and fun years to come as well. So yeah, that being said, you guys have a great day.